So I hope you'll allow me to take a little break from gaming news for this video to allow me to relate to you just some recent personal victories and accomplishments that I'm really proud of and that I'm just still processing. So Inside Out 2 comes out in 2 days. This is the Pixar movie, the sequel to Inside Out 1. And I'm in Inside Out 2.
Welcome to your eternal fate.
Lance Slashblade? But he's a video game character. Why is he here?
Yeah, I always thought Riley had a secret crush on him.
I never saw the appeal.
I long to be a hero, but darkness haunts my past.
I'm in 100%.
We were all banished here, deemed unfit, worthless.
Don't you dare say that! You do not deserve to be thrown away!
1 second, Lance. Don't you remember his power move? I'm coming for you, Riley!
Oh yeah? What's this? Come on! No one is totally worthless.
But I am a warrior cursed with a feeble attack.
Then you must make your curse your gift.
Shield yourself, my friends, for I shall set you all free!
When you ask a voice actor, what's like a dream goal in your career, a lot of them will tell you that one day I'd like to be in a Pixar movie. I'd like to voice a Pixar character. And that was certainly on my bucket list. I just never thought I'd actually, end up doing it, especially, in the sort of 4.5 years into my professional voiceover career. I've had the opportunity to play some amazing characters and feel so fortunate. But this is one that really when I booked this role, it really shocked me quite a bit. I thought for sure they were going to go for like this big name or whatever. But with this character, they specifically wanted someone who's done a lot of video game voiceover because the character itself is a video game character. And it's cool that they were looking for that level of authenticity of like people who recognize the style of voiceover that makes video game characters sound like those characters, especially because this is a character from sort of older generations of games and specific genres of games. And so eventually the sides to the character went out to, numerous actors who were up for the role. And it was one person was going to get the part, and I did my utmost for this audition. I kind of had an idea for what they were looking for, but even then, it's a toss-up when it comes to who gets it, because everyone has the talent. It's just a matter of like what are they looking for, what flavor do they want, and who can provide that. And the odds happened to work in my favor somehow, some way. My audition happened to be what they were looking for. It happened to be the one that booked the part. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the character. This is Lance Slashblade. I love the fact that it looks like a PS2 character model. You can even see like the hair clipping through the shoulder and everything. You can see the sort of the pixelated edges, the aliased edges. This looks like a character model you would see in that era of video games, and I think the artist did just such an amazing job. Even things like the textures, like the abs, the way that's textured, and it's like the right kind of polygonal. Even the way they reference Super Smash Brothers and all the little details there was kind of on point. And the fact that this is kind of a combination of Final Fantasy and Super Smash Brothers, two franchises that I love, I mean, this was practically tailor-made for me, I feel. I connect with this so much. They just really got the aesthetic down to a T. He's this very melodramatic character who was obviously very inspired by Final Fantasy. And what this character represents is essentially that part of us that as we grow up, we sometimes develop crushes on fictional characters like cartoon characters, or in this case, video game characters. Lance Slashblade is a character who Riley, the main character, has a crush on, but she's kind of a little bit embarrassed about that, so she keeps that a secret, and shenanigans ensue from there. My character shows up and helps out the emotions in a pinch. Recently at Summer Game Fest, I got featured by Jeff Keighley. I was sitting in the audience, and he gave me a shout out before they showed a clip of my character. That was a really, really surreal moment, and that was my first time seeing the scene in its final form until I get to hear myself not only be a character in a Pixar movie, but also speaking to Pixar characters and, being a part of this, it was a bit of an out-of-body experience. And then we got the reviews here, which are looking pretty positive, sitting at a 91% fresh score from 99 reviews. I myself managed to watch the movie at the world premiere that I got to attend. And I know I'm biased, obviously. Obviously look at other reviews, but I think genuinely that even if I wasn't in the movie and I'd seen this, I'd really like it. It's fun and at times really hilarious, some great bits. But beyond that, it genuinely was emotional. The movie just tackles aspects of our psychology and just how we function as humans in a way that's palatable, easy to understand, and when the emotions hit, they hit hard because it's so relatable, even as adults. So I think they really, really nailed this one, and I think a lot of people are gonna walk out with a few tears in their eyes. They really, really just made a movie that a lot of people I think will enjoy and will be thinking about. So that's really cool. And just seeing websites like, the Hollywood Reporter talking about my character, saying that discuss eyelash fluttering for flirtation with hunky video game hero Lance Slashblade, played by Young, is delicious. Or seeing some of the earlier reviews from people who got to preview the first 35 minutes of the movie before the full movie was shown, saying things like how the movie introduces two new scene-stealing characters with very different animation styles, among them being Lance Slashblade, who's animated like a PS2 character. Or seeing Games Radar officially reveal the character art and say this, comparing my scene to like the bit that Keanu Reeves did with Duke Kaboom, saying that he's one of the humor highlights of the footage screened. If you had told me years ago that an article would compare a scene of mine with Keanu Reeves, I would have thought you should probably go to an asylum or something. That's insane. That's breathtaking, if you will. The premiere itself was quite the spectacle. They held nothing back. I decided to represent Lance with purple and gems of green throughout. I thought this fit worked out pretty well, honestly. This is in front of the El Capitan Theater, which is where they hosted the premiere. And I mean, there were tons of people there who also brought their families, and it was like a packed house. And watching the movie was really fun and really, again, surreal. Like actually seeing my full scene, but also just seeing how the rest of the cast just brought their characters to life and how well the artists did with the movie. And I have to thank Kelsey Mann, who is the director, the man who was there in the booth with me. And we played a lot with this character, and I had so much fun. I mean, you can just tell from this photo the kind of energy that he has. He's just got this like giddy, joyful, and in a complimentary way, like goofball kind of like vibe to him that immediately puts you at ease. I was really nervous going into the session, but as soon as I met him, I'm like, oh, I'm in good hands, and this is just going to be a blast. And this gentleman over here is Mark Nielsen, who's the producer on Inside Out 2. Incredibly grateful to him and to just the whole team for welcoming me just so warmly when they flew me out to their campus to record the session for this. This was back in like late 2023. We took a photo together after the session. That's Kelsey right there. That's Mark and the rest of the crew here. Everyone was just so lovely. They showed me some like rough draft versions of the animation, and I thought, damn, this is actually, I think, going to be really funny. They told me what the concept of this character was and how, they are trying to make him look sort of like a lower fidelity model because he's a PlayStation 2 level character and stuff. So I thought that was all great, but watching it all in the final version of the movie was really, really fun. I also got to thank my agent Julie, who I brought with me to the premiere. She sent me the sides of the audition itself. She had me in mind, and a couple others when she got this thing that Pixar wanted to cast for. And I just appreciate her for all of the opportunities that she sent my way, for keeping me in mind for stuff like this, for allowing me the opportunity to be able to put myself out there, audition for these things, and book stuff that I never imagined I'd book. I also got to meet cast members like Kensington here, who plays Riley, the main character who inside her head resides the main emotions that the movie is centered around. I thought was really great in the movie. And then we have Grace and Sumaya, who play Riley's best friends, and they obviously had pivotal roles to play, and they killed it. And I think they're just really talented people, and you can see that they're beaming, and they have so much ahead of them, and the fact that they're already achieving so much is really cool to see, and I'm just, good for them. I'm really, really proud of them and all of their accomplishments. Now, funny enough, Grace and I have been in something else before, Persona 3 Reload. I play Mamoru Hayase in Persona 3 Reload, one of the social links. Grace plays Maiko in Persona 3 Reload, who's another social link. It was just kind of cool that we got 2 Persona 3 alums in this movie as featured characters, and so we had a fun time chatting about that. Now, one actor who I really wanted to meet was the actor who plays Disgust, because my character Lance and Disgust have this romantic tension. Her name is Lisa Lapierre. I think she killed it in the movie. And as soon as we met, we were like, let's do the bid. And so we, immediately engaged in poses that are reminiscent to what you might find in the movie itself. She was just so much fun to talk to. And Lisa, if you're watching this, thank you for just the warm reception, and it was just so fun chatting with you. And yeah, I mean, the surreal and, dare I say, magical night kind of concluded, and I just took one last picture to memorialize and commemorate the fact that I got to go to like a Hollywood world premiere, like a Disney Pixar world premiere, and be in a Pixar movie. I grew up watching Pixar movies, and Inside Out 1 was one of my favorites. I got to be in Inside Out 2. I got to see myself in Inside Out 2 with, the cast and the crew who worked on the movie inside this theater. And I remember seeing my name in the credits scrolling by, and I'm like it was very much out of body. I don't know how, I'm trying to figure out how I ended up here, man. I know how I ended up here, but it just, it still takes a lot of luck even to kind of be at the right place at the right time, where things align in such a way where you end up in a situation like this that so few people in the world can say they've had this kind of experience. And so I'm just so grateful, and I don't want to take this kind of memory and situation for granted ever. You fantasize about chasing dreams like this, right? But when you actually find yourself in the reality of your fantasy, your brain just has a hard time processing, because fantasies just seem fictional, unattainable almost. And so when you attain those dreams and goals, it just oh my God, what can you say? I'm just really, really happy, and wanted to share my joy with you all. And thank you to, just you, my lovely audience here at this channel, because genuinely, without you tuning in to watch my videos, without you being here with me and cheering me on and all these things, I wouldn't be here without you. Living in LA alone is expensive as hell, but the channel has been very, obviously, financially stable because of just your viewership, but also just the interactions that I get to have with you guys, seeing you guys be so cheerful and wishing me the best and cheering me on my successes. And I just really felt like I needed to get this off my chest. I don't know, what a time to be alive. I think I've rambled enough. But yeah, we'll see where life takes me from here. I might have to save this suit for a time where I get to play Joker. This green-purple situation's got some Joker vibes. Joker's been one of my dream roles, So, maybe years from now, that's where I'll end up landing. And when that happens, I'll wear this tux, maybe add some elements here and there to spruce it up a little bit. Anyway, now I'm fantasizing about the future. But hey, if this fantasy right here that I've experienced now can become reality, why not this next fantasy, and the one after that, and the one after that? And I hope if you have a dream or fantasy, I hope you will do the utmost to go after them, because you never know what can happen. So that's all I have to say. Anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Back to gaming news after this, but yeah, I hope you don't mind me just kind of venting a little bit and just sharing some personal news with you all. Thank you for everything. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Young out.